Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about DC Dark Legion, and with the launch of the game happening just next week, I want to talk about the best starting teams you can use at the beginning of the game. We're going to dig in deep, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. So let's go ahead and jump into this. One thing I like about this game is that it gives you some great characters early on. 3 of the characters that we're going to be talking about are starter characters, and they fit in most of the teams that we talk about. Wonder Woman is in all 5 of them, and I like it when a game gives you usable characters early on that you can continue to use in the mid and late game, as well as multiple game modes. So it's been really cool. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. She is a tank. One thing I like about her is she's got some crowd control as well as an ally buff, which I think is cool. With her ultimate here, she is a physical damage dealer, but she also causes a 2-second stun, which is great. Her Amazonian shield here is what provides a shield to an ally, which I think is awesome as well. She's also got another stun here with her Lasso of Truth. Again, another 2 seconds. So you got multiple stuns here. Very nice crowd control. And a passive here where when she drops below 75% health, her defense increases, which I think is very cool. So she's great. Like I said, she's in all 5 teams. Let's talk about Mera. Mera, another starting character, a great healer, continues to be used in all aspects of the game. She is straight up healing, though. She doesn't have any attack, or well, she does have some attack. She does a little bit of damage, but she's pretty much straight up healing. Her ult here does some nice healing. Her healing waters here, another heal for her. And then this one here, I guess one thing I really like about this is she gets a heal over time, which is nice, right? And then the Water of Life here for the first 20 seconds of battle, she has increased healing, which I think is awesome as well. She's great for the shorter battles. I prefer, like, when we go into combat cycle for the longer duration battles, I prefer Ivy over Mera just because you've got that decrease in healing with her. You get her built up. It really doesn't make too much of a dramatic difference, but one thing I like about Ivy in combat cycle is the fact that she does more damage than Mera does. And then this skill here, Crown of Atlantis, just increases her attack, and her healing is based on her attack. So, again, straight up healing. Let's talk about Green Arrow, the 3rd starter character. Great character in the game. He's just straight up damage. So if we just take a look at his ult, does some physical damage here, quite a bit based on his attack. He's got this stun here as well. Very, very short stun, but we've got multiple stuns with this team, which I think is great. And then this multitasking here, we've got some additional damage. And then his crit rate increases with his passive. The cool thing, so again, this is the Metahuman team. And with that tag, you're going to get a 5% increase in attack and HP. The other members of this team, let's go ahead and talk about Croc. Croc is going to be your off tank. And he's interesting too. So with his ult here, he does some physical damage and has this shockwave that reduces the target's physical defense, which is great. Since we have a bunch of physical damage dealers on the team, he reduces that physical defense, so your team is going to do more damage, which is nice. Crocodile Wrestling here does some physical damage as well. He's got physical defense increase right here with his tough hide, and then he's got some self-healing also. So a nice off tank. He's going to be swapped out fairly quickly. Wonder Woman, Mera, and Green Arrow, you're going to continue to build throughout the game. Croc, you're going to swap out, like I said, super quick. And then Black Adam is the other one. He lasts quite a bit longer than Croc. He's a spiritual damage dealer, so his ult here does some nice damage based on his attack. Again, spiritual damage dealer. His Wrath, some more damage here. Again, right here. One thing I like about it, Black Adam deals 18% more damage to enemies with less than 75% health. So as enemies start dropping in health, he's going to do more damage, which is nice. Not as great for combat cycle, because combat cycle, your bosses don't drop in health at all, so he doesn't get that boost. But again, I mean, if you were to max him out, I don't know how much difference it's actually going to make, but hey, maybe it does. But I typically don't take him into combat cycle anyway. And this last one at the start of battle, Black Adam's attack increases by 18% for 20 seconds. So again, the quicker battles is better for Black Adam just because he does an increased amount of damage for the first 20 seconds. So that is your Metahuman team. Let's talk about Birds of Prey. And Birds of Prey is the team that I use the most. So again, that's going to have Wonder Woman. It's going to have Mera. And then you're going to have 3 of the Birds of Prey characters. So you got Vixen. I like Vixen. She is a good support. She increases the attack of your allies. She's got multiple skills that increases the attack of your allies. She does a little bit of damage with her raptor attack here. And then she's got some increased dodge as well. So just allows for a little bit more survivability. The other character you're going to have is Catwoman. Now, she was great early on. She got tweaked really, really bad. So we don't really use her much. But in the beginning of the game, I used her, and she was working out just fine. This one here, she steals attack, which is nice. So she steals attack, adds it to her own up to a certain point. So she gets some increased attack as she fights. This Murder Mittens here, she does some physical damage as well. This Cat Burglar, again, steals some attack, which helps out. And then she's got this Catwoman's dodge, so increases, so the first 18 up to 18%, right? So 0.9 up to 18%. So what, 20 seconds into any battle, you're going to max out on some additional dodge there. So she works out. She did, like I said, she was crazy good in like combat cycle in other iterations of the game, but she's been toned down quite a bit. And the other one that I would recommend in here for this team specifically is going to be Harley. So Harley, with her, you're going to have her after the first 7 days. If you're not lucky enough to pick her up in the bleed before that 7 days, you'll have her at 7 days. If you spend money, you can go ahead and unlock her really quick. There's a daily deal for like $5, and you can unlock her. Definitely worth it. She is a great character. So if we take a look at her skills here, her ultimate here does some nice damage. And does this self-actualization, increases attack by 12% and enhances attacks to deal AoE damage in a small area. So that's nice. She does some more damage here with her Manic Episode. Additionally, reduces the target's defense by 6% as well. Once that gets increased, I think that's pretty cool. And then if we take a look at Escalation, she gains HP equal to 4% of the damage that she deals. So she heals herself a little bit as well. She also has a synergy with Suicide Squad, which is nice. And then her passive here, she gains 10 energy for every enemy that she defeats. So she's got a nice kit here. You don't have to have this last one. I use her in combat cycle quite a bit. But she's pretty usable with her first 3 skills. Remember, when you first unlock a character, you have them at 0 stars, which only gives you their ult. As you build up their stars, it unlocks their other skills. So that is the first iteration of this team. And with this team here, it gives you a 15% life steal with the Birds of Prey characters. Now, there is another variation of this team I want to share. So what it does is it still has Wonder Woman. It's got Vixen and Catwoman as well. But this time it's got Green Arrow. We've already talked about him. Some nice damage. And then we bring in Ivy. And Ivy is great. She's got some nice healing here with her vines. Does some additional healing there. And then this skill here, Poison Embrace. She sends those vines out and they do some damage to the enemy, which is great. Also, you got Bloom of Life. Again, the vines help heal the team, which is great. And then Death's Embrace here. She's got these bewitching spores, which really kind of just bewitches the enemy team to slowly start moving towards her. So it just allows for some additional damage without taking some. So it's pretty nice. I do like her. She's my favorite healer in the game other than Green Lantern. So if I was to rate them, Green Lantern's number 1, Ivy's number 2, Mera's number 3. However, Mera and Ivy just really depends on the game mode and what you need for the battle. They're both very good. So those are the 2 Birds of Prey teams. Again, 15% lifesteal for the Birds of Prey characters, which is pretty cool. Let's talk about a team that gives you 2, right? All of these teams we've talked about so far gives you 1 tag boost. This next one gives you a 2 tag boost. Gives you Metahuman boost, which gives you, again, that 5% increase in attack and HP. But it also gives you the Justice League boost, which gives you a 10% increase in attack and HP. So you kind of get a double hit there, which is kind of nice. So again, with this first variation, we have Wonder Woman, we have Croc, we have Mera, and we have Green Arrow. We've talked about all of them. The new person in this team, he's not good. He's not good, but I did use him early on, and he was working fine. He gets swapped out really, really early. He is a warrior but his ultimate kills him. It wipes him from the game board. So right here, rapidly increases in size, compressing atoms and dealing physical damage. So we got another physical damage dealer, you know, based off a certain percentage of his attack to all enemies. So it's a nice AoE damage. In auto mode, Adam only uses this skill when his HP drops below 30%. So you can manually trigger it or leave it on auto, but it wipes him from the board. So then you're down to only 4 characters instead of 5. Small target, he shrinks, he increases his dodge for 10 seconds. This exponential force, Adam's attack increases by 3% with each basic attack until the end of battle, so it continues to build up to a maximum of 30%. And then his subatomic retreat. Upon defeat, Adam deals physical damage equal to 260% of his attack to nearby enemies before exiting the battlefield. So, yeah. He works out, but again, like Croc, you're going to swap him out really, really quick. The other variation of this team, so again, this gives you 2 tags, Metahuman as well as GLA. The other variation of this team is with Wonder Woman, Vixen, Mera, and Green Arrow, but also you add Superman, who is fantastic. If you get him, you want to build him. If you join a brand new server, depending on the direction they go, so keep an eye on this on global launch day, depending on the direction they go, there's a 4-character bleed, a summon. So you'll get one of 4 characters, right? Superman is one of those. Or if they decide to not move forward with that, the very first banner is a Superman banner, and you do want to summon with him. So with his ult here, he does some damage here, some physical damage based off his attack. Increases attack by 10%, stacking up to 3 times with this solar energy. So does some nice damage there. He's also got some physical damage with his heat vision here. Again, a certain percentage of his attack. Also, additionally, reduces the target's defense by 8% once you unlock that through force. So he's also got some crowd control here with freezing breath. It incapacitates for 3 seconds, but you can reduce the cooldown by 1.2 seconds through force. So as you build up, these are like skill trees, right? As you build the characters up, you're going to build force up. Really early in the game, you don't have access to it, but you do open it up fairly quickly. So I guess really early game. And then this one here, Man of Steel, Superman's defense increases by 15%. That really helps. Before having him at 5 white stars, he is kind of squishy. He's kind of squishy anyway, but you can build him right to build his defense up and everything to help his survivability in the game. But once you get him up to 5 whites here, this is definitely super helpful. And then at start of battle, Superman gains a stack of 5% attack up for Superman family. There's no other Superman family in the game right now. So right now, that doesn't matter. It's this 15% to his defense, which is definitely helpful. Again, as you unlock characters, you are not going to be, you're going to have them at 0 stars. So you want to get them, you want to get a couple copies of them so you can at least get them up to 5 white stars, which at 5 white stars, you have all of the abilities unlocked. And with that, those are the best starting teams in the game. And something very, very cool is that 6 of those characters are going to continue to build through the mid game as well as the end game. And that's Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Ivy, Superman, and Harley. Very curious on your thoughts. What do you think about these teams? Are you using them? Is there a team that you prefer that worked really well for you? I'd really love to hear from you. Put it in the comment section below so everybody benefits. And as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.